to recap, the lawman and the bandito decided to stick together. They've been doing good. And they heard the echo of drums through the desert canyons, the eldritch lightning crackling, and stories of the Black Fang Tribe going through towns and doing terrible things. The latest rumor they heard was that the Black Fangs have been raiding local towns and farmsteads and have been rounding up townspeople and dragging them off into the hills. It is said that the screams can be heard echoing through the canyons at night as the crazed Black Fang perform their forbidden rituals of blood and death to appease their dark gods. While this tribe is on the loose, no one is safe from their wrath, for the blood harvest has begun. Before they can head up into the canyons, the bandito and the lawman both have to level up. Ben, the bandito, actually has 85 experience points more than he needs due to his gunfight. So, first thing you do is you roll 2 dice to see what his upgrade bonus is. 4. +1 initiative. I will take it. Second thing you do is you pick on the upgrade chart. Now, last time he went down the scoundrel path and took Sinister Laugh, which I'm sure I forgot to do multiple times. And I'm really trying to decide if I want to go down the explosives lane or continue down the scoundrel lane. Right now his strength is 4, so +1 strength not really going to help me that much. So I think I'm going to keep going down the scoundrel lane and go to Twitch. Once per adventure, gain +4 initiative until the end of the turn. That's not so great, but the +1 max grit is pretty good. So we're going to grab that one this time, and then maybe next time we'll go the other way. Now it's time for Dan, the lawman. I should have thought those names a little better. I thought they were pretty good and how I related them into a movie, but when Ben was the bandito and Dan the lawman, probably should have done something different. But alright, so the lawman's upgrade bonus, an 11, +1 max grit. Okay. Well, his max grit is already 4. I've got to look. I'm not sure you can... I don't remember if you can go up to 5 or not. Let me review the rules real quick. Okay, I reviewed the rule book and I don't see anything about a maximum amount of max grit you can have. So the lawman is at +5 max grit. And I'm going to take Law and Order. He did Fair Warning last time. The hits are +1 damage to enemies that have already activated that turn, which I of course forgot and gave him +1 max grit. So now we're going to do Long Arm of the Law, +1 combat and +1 strength and +1 max grit. So I don't think he's going to have any problems with grit. As the lawman and the bandito are heading to the cavern, they come across what looks like a U.S. Marshal and a showgirl of some kind. They're pretty badly wounded and there's something funky going on with the Marshal's chest. The bandito and the lawman stop and talk to him, and over the course of a conversation they decide to join forces. The Marshal looks at the bandito, not so sure about this, but the lawman assures him that the bandito has been doing great things. They talk about all their adventures. The lawman and the saloon girl talk about all their injuries, but they do feel that they can be some value added to this adventure to go stop the Black Fang Tribe. So they decide to team up together and head into the mines, though the bandito says, "I can throw stuff," and the saloon girl says, "Hey, you two lawmen, you get up in the front." So this is how they're going to start. Setup for this mission just uses standard mine entrance. And what you're trying to find is the Void Dance Chamber where they are completing this ritual. So just a few other things right at the beginning. I'm running 4 characters. This is going to be mighty interesting. I'm going to have to probably stop quite a bit to check on things. The Saloon Girl has the Dead Man's Iron. She's going to sell that to the Bandito, so he will swap out one of his pistols. So one of his pistols now has 3 shots instead of 2, and does +1 damage to undead. Probably not going to help much here. Other than that, I think we are about ready to get started. Oh, I did change out. I am so sick of fighting the City of Ancients monsters. I pulled them out. I put in some swamps monsters plus bandits and a mix of other things that might be appropriate to mines and canyons. I was just tired of somehow drawing the same things over and over. Alright, so with that we will get started. So our adventurers are ready to go into the mines. Basically the mission goal is to stop the Black Fang Tribe from performing their ritual. And it is a Black Fang adventure, which means whenever you have an encounter you roll a d6, and on a 1, 2, or 3 you also draw a Black Fang encounter. Also, whenever you would have an enemy, you roll on a d6, and on a 1, 2, or 3 you have a Black Fang Tribe instead, and because there are 4 of them, it is a P dice of Black Fang Tribe members. And then, if you do happen to get the Black Fang Tribe, you roll a d6, and on a 1, 2, or 3, they get a trait. There are no gates found in this mission. They just become normal doors. Fast darkness. Whenever the darkness moves forward on the depth track because of a hold back the darkness roll, it moves an extra space. And then every time you find a clue icon, you have discovered the mutilated remains of one of the townspeople. You take d6 horror hits and draw a growing dread card and add it to the stack. Also, you roll a d6 without grit. On a roll of a 1 or 2, you remove one of these story character tokens. You have 3 of them there. And add an extra growing dread card to the stack. So this could get really ugly. And then once we only have to get to here, to number 11, and then the next room is the chamber. And we'll go over the final fight if I make it there. But that's really everything for now. So let's start this off by seeing if I can actually hold back the darkness. Double 6s. Okay, well that's sort of good, except that nobody has anything yet. No damage, nothing, but I don't move the depth track. This place is horrible and unforgiving, but you are not about to give up without a fight. Each hero may immediately heal d6 wounds, sanity, any mix, or recover a grit. So, I guess they will recover a grit, and now everyone is at 2 grit. Okay, so I was an idiot. I should have put the Saloon Girl in the front because she gets to move first. So everybody is initiative 4 except for the Saloon Girl. So she has a +1 to her move, so she can move 3. 1, 2, 3. She'll scavenge, well, and gets nothing. Alright, next will be the Lawman. He moves 2, but he has +1 move as well. 2, 3. Next will be the Marshal. 1, so he gets a grit. And he can move, he has the hurt leg, but he can still move 2 extra for his lore, so he can move 3. 1, 2, 3. And then the Bandito gets a 5. That's no help. He'll just come right here. He'll scavenge since everybody else forgot, and he gets nothing. Alright, a very eventful turn 1. Alright, so let's try and hold back the darkness. Double 4s, and I've gotten that one so often, I know that that is falling rubble, and everyone takes d6 hits. So, the Lawman takes 4. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 1 Where'd he go? He saves on a 4. He saves them all. Wow. All right. The Marshal. He takes 2. Saves 1, but he has his +5 armor, so he takes 1 wound. Not a great start for him. All right, so the Bandito takes 2. And he's got a 4+, so he saves both of his. And now the Saloon Girl. She takes 3. She takes a wound as well. But the darkness marker's not moving. And now I am really, really stupid, because the Saloon Girl is first, but she's not going to be able to go anywhere. But she'll roll to see if she gets a grit, and she does, but that also means that she takes 2 sanity damage, ignoring willpower, but she has a 3rd grit. And she's not going anywhere. So we'll let the Lawman move. He's going to move right here. And he's going to go ahead and look through the door. Get our... And we have a mining room. A mining room. And now we will let the Marshal go. He can move. He's going to stop right there as well. And now the Bandito will do his move. 6. Now I think, doesn't he... No. He recovers a grit on a roll of 1 or 2. It's the Marshal who gets it on a 6. And that is the end of the turn, so we will flip the exploration token. It is an encounter, but we also have to roll on a 1, 2, or 3. We also do a Black Fang encounter, and we do not. So mine encounters. A warning to traders. As you turn the corner, you come face to face with, well, a face. Hanging from a wooden support beams above are 3 hanged men. Flies buzz and the smell of death hangs in the air with the bodies. A warning to those that would betray their gang. Choose, cut them down. Takes time to give them a proper burial. Move the darkness D3 spaces forward, and every hero may recover a grit and heal D6 sanity points, or push your way past them. A luck 5 for a random character. If failed, you are crushed, or you are cursed by the dead. Discard all revive tokens in the posse and draw a darkness card. Well, we've got plenty of grit right now, and I don't want to move the darkness forward, so a random character will do luck. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it is the Lawman, who I think might have our worst luck. No, he's got a luck of 3. He's actually not bad. Alright, so it's a luck 5 test. And we pass. So, nothing bad, not horrible. Put that over into the used pile. Okay. Now it's time to try and hold back the darkness again. And we do not. Oh, and it moves 2, which means a darkness card. Relentless Assault. All tribal enemies are +1 combat and +1 initiative. I think I will use one of my cards. I think I have one that will dispel. So, the U.S. Marshal has the Tome of Vontaro, which once per adventure he can cancel a darkness card. So he's going to cancel that darkness card because we're bound to have lots of tribal enemies, and at the end I don't want to be fighting with that. Okay. Alright, so Saloon Girl. 2, 3 gets her to here. Now I forgot to roll for which door. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is our door, in caps, here and here. Lawman's move. 2 plus his 1 is 3. 1, 2, 3. Now we'll go with the Marshal. 4. He'll go here, and he's gonna look through the door. I forgot to give the 5 experience points to the lawman. Now 5. I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to, just because. And it is a T-junction with no exploration token. And now the Bandito can go. 3, and I don't think he has anything to give him extra move. 1, 2, 3. Now it's time to hold back. Oh, you know what? The Bandito is going to scavenge. Nobody's been scavenging. Nope. Time to hold back the darkness. An 8, we do. Wow, okay. Now it is Saloon Girl's turn. She can go 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now the Marshal is going to let the Marshal go. 6. So he gets a grit. And he is at his max grit now. And he is going to go here, but he is not going to look through the door. Now I'm going to let the lawman go. 5, 6. He is going to look through the door. He'll take his 5 experience. Another mining room. Oh, that's not it. Move this another one. 15, 14, 13. And now the Bandito. Well, he gets a grit, and he can move 1. But he'll scavenge again. And he does get something. Nothing to find. 10 experience points. Now it is time to hold back the darkness again. A 7, they do it. Oh. Well, remember, 7 holding back the darkness. I forgot the exploration token is an attack. So we will draw a medium. Oh, before we do that, it is on a 1, 2, or 3. It's a Black Fang Tribe, and it is. And on a 1, 2, or 3, they have a trait, and they do. And it is P3 Black Fang Tribe. So just for I think, well, there are 2 sculpts. So not significantly different with the 2 sculpts that come with it. Now we have to roll for the door. So it's the straight ahead door. And they will attack. We haven't found any clue icons yet, so no damage yet. Right? Let me get the Black Fang Tribe. So the Black Fang Tribe, there you have an initiative of 6, melee is 5, no ranged attack, 3 combat, 2 damage, their defense is 2, and their health is 6, and they're worth 40 experience each. They are crazed from Darkstone. Comes into play with a pool of P plus 2 Darkstone for the group. Anytime a Black Fang enemy rolls 1 or more 6s on their to hit rolls, discard a Darkstone marker from the pool, and the target automatically takes an extra D6 combat hits. So let's see how many extra. They get 5 Darkstone. 5 Darkstone. I'm just going to leave it there. Endurance plus 2. This enemy cannot take more than 2 wounds from any single hit. And then wild attack. Well, in attacking, make a full combat attack against each adjacent hero. Okay. And then they get 2 elite abilities because of our hero posse level. So 2 and 3. Void heightened senses plus 1 defense, and their melee is now a plus 4. And 3. Blood Hunt. Black Fang Tribe combat hits are plus 2 damage. This is not what we really wanted to happen. So we'll put these here, and hopefully I will remember them, and I will remember all the extras and bits and bobs of all of the characters. Okay, and we did not roll a 1, so they don't get a shaman with them. And they get a trait. So let me pull a trait. And their trait is Decayed Minds. Each time a Black Fang Tribe model consumes a Darkstone, place a sanity damage on him. If a model ever has 3 or more markers, he doubles the normal effect for the Darkstone just consumed, and then falls dead at the end of the attack. Okay. This is getting interesting. So they are initiative 6. It was not an ambush, so roll for darkness. We rolled for darkness. Then we passed for a change. And now their move is 8. So basically we're going to get 1. Well, they both will attack both of them. So they get 3 combat. So it's 6 attacks on each. Right? Okay. And they hit on 4s now. Yep, 3 combat. They do not get any extra. Okay. They are plus 2 damage and plus 1 defense, and they hit on 4s now. So red is the lawman, white is the U.S. Marshal. Okay, so 2 hits on the Marshal and 3 on the lawman. So white is the Marshal, red is the lawman. Lawman defends on 4s, the Marshal on 3s. Okay, the Marshal blocks them all, the lawman blocks all but 1, so that is 3 plus 2 damage. So it's 4 damage, and he has his 5 plus armor. So he takes 3 wounds. Whenever the hero posse marker moves a space on the depth track, heal 1 wound or sanity. That's with the lawman. So that means they all should have healed a wound or a sanity. And should just, right? So 15 to 14, no, to, yeah, it was right. 15 to 14 to 13. But none of them had any damage to speak of, so it was just the lawman. I mean the marshal. Alright, so it is the Saloon Girl's turn. She will roll to move. She can move 6. So she's going to move here. She will use her holdout pistol. And I forgot to move him here. And she gets a critical hit on this one in front of the marshal. She's going to try and protect her boyfriend. So damage is 2. Making sure they're +1 defense, plus she gets 1 for her. Oh, it's critical. It was critical hit, so that's 2 damage. The most they can take is 2 damage. So that is 2 out of his health. Alright, now we are going to let the Bandito go, since he's next. I will make him next. 2, 3, 4. He is going to fire. He has his Dead Man's Iron, which gives him 3 shots, and his pistol, which is 2 shots. They're not undead, so it doesn't matter. They can, I don't have to tell them apart. So that's 5 shots. He gets no, he has the dual pistol ability. So he has a critical. His cunning allows him to re-roll 1 per, let's see, his ranged attack is a 5. So he's got a critical and a regular, and he gets to re-roll 1. And he misses that. So he's going to put his critical on the same guy and do 2 damage. And he will put his regular on that same individual, 5 minus the 3 defense. They're 2 defense, plus they've got their elite ability gives them a +1 defense. So that is 2 more damage, and he kills 1, which means he gets 40 experience, 50, 60 experience because of the 2 elite. No, it's 5 per, so 50 experience for the elite ability. And now I need to go back. I've got to pause and go back. I can't remember if they had any 6s on their to hit roll. So there was a 6 rolled on the marshal, so we take away one of these dark stone and we roll d6 additional hits on the marshal. 5 additional hits, so he can he saves all but 1, and then he can, so he takes 2 more damage because of his 5+ armor. Well, this guy, we'll say he was the one who did that. And so there, okay, now we're back to, now we're up to the lawman, who will go. So the lawman has his 2 shots with his rifle, which gives +1 damage, or does he want to do 3 shots with his peacekeeper pistol? I think he's going to do 3 shots with his peacekeeper pistol. And once per attack, he can re-roll. He gets 1 re-roll. Still nothing. So he's got 1 hit. He'll put it on the guy right in front of him. That is 3 damage, and he has 3 defense. So he has nothing. I'm looking to see if he has any additional. No, he's got no plus damage, no extra damage. And then Now it's the Marshal's turn. He's going to use his shotgun. He has got a critical and a regular hit. Unfortunately, he won't be able to do enough damage to kill it and get the additional hit. Alright, so with his critical hit, that's 2 damage. And he's just going to put it on this guy for ease, the one that's about to attack him. And then with his non-critical, that's 4. And so one more wound because of the 3 defense. And that is the end of that turn. Now it is hold back the darkness. An 11, they do. Oh no. Now, because it's an 11 on the hold back the darkness with the mutation, got to remember how it works, but we roll a d6 and something good, something bad, all kinds of things can happen. It's a 5. I think that's bad. Let me find the mutation chart. Chest portal. Up. On a 4 or a 5, nothing happens. 1, 2, or 3 would be an ambush attack, and just a low threat card. But 4 or 5, nothing happens. No monsters come jumping out of his chest. That's great. Okay, and the darkness track doesn't move. So, Black Fang Tribe's turn. He's going to move forward. So we are back to 6 attacks on the Marshal and on the Lawman. Again, white is the Marshal, red is the Lawman. Oh, okay. Let's pull out these ones that didn't hit. So we have 5 hits on the Marshal. We'll deal with them in a moment. We have 1 hit on the Lawman. We're going to take a Dark Stone away, put a Sanity on the one next to him, and he gets an extra d6 hits, so 4, so a total of 5. So he saves on 4s. Ooh, he takes 3 damage. Oh wait, nope. He takes 6 damage because it's 2 damage each. No. He takes 6 damage. So it was 3. So times 4 is 12 damage. That takes him down to 1 health. So he is down to 1 health remaining. And now, so, and let me just mark his 1 health. Now it is, we have 5 hits plus a D plus 5, so 6 total on the Marshal. He defends on 3s, so he defends them all. Okay, now it is Saloon Girl's turn. Oh, he should have rolled. He's got so much grit, he should have rolled it all. Okay, she takes a grit and 2 sanity damage. And she is now, oh, nope, she was already at her max grit. Oh well. So she will move 1 so that she can give comforting presence to those guys. She has no ranged attack because I haven't been able to buy her anything yet. Alright, so I'm going to let the Lawman go next. He is going to use a bandage. Oh, okay, so he's at 2 wounds. He's at 10 wounds now. No, 11. Sorry, because he has 13 health. And so he will, you know what, he's going to do 2 shots with his Beast Hunter rifle. Gets to reroll 1. Doesn't matter because he missed them both. Alright, so he's got 1 hit. He's going to put it on this one here. So 5, 6, that's so he can do two more to him. So he's at 5. And I forgot a sanity on that one, and another dark stone gone. Okay, next I am going to let the lawman go. Oh, roll to move. 3, he's not going anywhere. Attack. He's got 1 hit, and he gets to re-roll. And he's got a critical, so he's going to put his critical. Ooh. You know what? He's going to roll his regular one on him. 6, that gives him 1 wound. That's enough to kill him. Which means he gets 50 plus 10 experience points for his ability. And he gets to heal a wound. He doesn't have any sanity damage. And then he's going to do his critical hit on the other one, doing 2 damage, which gives him an extra attack because he killed something, and he misses. So now it is the Bandito's turn. He gets a grit, but I think he's at his 3. Nope, he can take this grit. He will move. He would fire his 2 pistols, which gives him 5 shots. He gets to re-roll 1. So he does 1 critical hit. And he gives him 2 more wounds. So that is the end of this turn. So comforting presence. Lawman heals another wound. The Marshal heals a wound. That gives her 20 experience. I'm trying to decide well, it's too late now. Alright, hold back the darkness. We do not, which means it moves 2, which means there's a darkness card. Overwhelming Dread. Add a growing dread card to the stack. Alright, so now it is Black Fang Tribe's turn. Red is the lawman, white is the marshal. 1 hit on the marshal. Nope, yep, 1 hit on the marshal. 2, 3 on the lawman. So the lawman will go first. And he will use a grit to re-roll. So he takes 2 damage. No, that'd be 4 damage, which kills him. And we don't have nothing. So he lost a grit. And he is dead. And then Lawman, he saves his. Now we will let... Oh, Saloon Girl has to go. She's going to move. She'll move here. She will attack. Her 2 attacks. She can re-roll 1 because of her trusty axe. Ooh, she does a critical. And that's enough to kill him. That gives her 50 experience. Wow, these guys are tough. Now, so the lawman did not get to go. Oh, end of turn comforting presence. Bandito doesn't have anything wrong with him because he's been hiding in the back. well, he's going to do his, he gets the D6, so he gets to heal his last 2 wounds. Saloon Girl gets a D3, 3. She's going to heal 3 sanity because she keeps taking sanity. And the Bandito did not go. Or did he go? No, he did not go. It was the Saloon Girl. So he will... He's at max grit. Well, he can't do anything. And then we will revive our KO'd player. We're going to revive the Lawman. He gets 2d6. Healing 12. That is enough to take him to just 1 wound left, because he had no sanity damage. But he also has to roll on the injury chart. So we're going to roll 2 dice on the injury chart. A 6. Slashed leg. So he also has -1 move. So he and the all of our lawmen have -1 move. Alright, so put that away. Let me reorganize the table a little bit, and I will be back in a moment. Okay. So now it is time. These guys should all be facing this way. Time to hold back the darkness. And they do. And it's not an 11 or 12, so we don't have things bursting out of chests. So, Saloon Girl moves first. She can move 4. Alright, we'll let the Marshal move next. 1, he's at his max grit, so he gets to roll again. So 3 plus his 2 is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we'll let the Lawman go. 4. He's lost his +1 now, so 4. And then the Bandito can go. 2. 1, 2. But he gets a grit, but he's at his max grit. Alright, time to hold back the darkness. Well, does anybody want... No, we're not going to scavenge. Time to hold back the darkness. Double 3s. If I remember correctly. Oh, no. Creeping darkness. The darkness is always searching for a way out. Move the darkness 2 steps forward on the depth track. Now, because it wasn't a fail the darkness roll, it only goes 2. Doesn't do the extras. But there's a Growing Dread card. Alright. Now it is Saloon Girl's turn. She gets 2, so she gets to go 3. 1, 2, 3. She's going to go ahead and... She is going to look through the door. Take her 5 experience points. And it is the big room. Now we will let the Marshal go. Yep, the Marshal. He's going to pull up right beside her. Lawman. 1, 2. And the Bandito goes 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. End of the turn, exploration token. Encounter ×2. Now we have to see if we also get a Black Fang encounter. And we do. And I think I forgot to roll for a Black Fang encounter on the attack one. So let's roll and see if we get a... No, we don't get a second one. Alright, so 3 total encounters. So encounter, encounter, Black Fang encounter. So the Black Fang, human sacrifice. Something wet glistens on the floor, a body slumped on a large stone table. As you approach, you see that the figure has a large fist-sized hole ripped into their chest, ribs flayed out, exposing a cavity that was once home to their heart, now missing. Each hero must make a single willpower save. If failed, take D3 wounds ignoring defense as you vomit at the horrific sight. If more than half of the heroes failed, also add a growing dread card. Then, if you were searching for someone as part of the objectives of the event, you were not. So, alright, so that is human sacrifice. That's number 1. Tracks in the dust. There are some kind of footprints in the dust leading to a collapsed section of wall. They seem fresh. There may be something back there. Choose an exit to the room currently blocked with an end cap. We'll do that in a second. If there are none, discard and draw a new encounter. Well, there's only 2. There will be an end cap here. Any hero on this map tile may give up their move to make the following test: a strength 5. Every 5 roll, gain 15 experience. And add a wound marker here. Once there are 6 markers, discard and remove the end cap to create a new door. The next exploration token revealed to this new one automatically has a clue icon. Ooh, I don't think I want that. That kills people. And then the last one, explosives. This one remains in play. The room is filled with crates of dynamite and barrels of gunpowder, much of it spilling out onto the floor. Some of this could be useful, but you had better tread lightly. Any hero ending their move on this map tile may search for usable explosives. If during a fight this counts as an attack, make a scavenge roll. For every 5 or 6, you may gain a dynamite token. For each roll of a 1, every model on the map takes D6 wounds. Okay. And then for where the door, the end cap is here. Works nicely. And I'm not going to try and get something that's going to end up killing people. Now, each hero must make a single willpower save. So let's start with the Saloon Girl. She passes. Now we will do the U.S. Marshal. He passes. Now we will do the Bandito. His willpower is a 5, I think. Yes, he passes. And now the Lawman, who fails, of course. So he takes D3 wounds ignoring defense. So he takes 2 wounds. That ends the encounter. Comforting Presence. Nope, nobody needs it. The only one that needs it's not next to her, so... Alright, time to hold back the darkness. Okay, Jiminy Crickets. Terrifying shriek. A shriek of pain and suffering echoes through the mine, chilling you to the bone. Each hero in the mines immediately takes D6 horror hits. Okay, so let's start with... Saloon Girl takes 2. And she takes 2 sanity damage. U.S. Marshal takes 6. And he takes 3 sanity damage. And the Bandito takes 1. And he takes 1 sanity damage. And the Lawman takes 3. And he saves them all. But it doesn't move, and I forgot, I just needed to move another one. Okay, now the Saloon Girl moves. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the U.S. Marshal will move 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bandito, 4. 3, 4. And now the Lawman. 2, 1, 2. We are not going to scavenge. Scavenge has not gone well for us. Oh, but I do want to do... I want each of them to look for explosives. So the Saloon Girl needed to look for explosives. And of course we all take D6 wounds. Well, we'll go ahead and do them all. Marshal, he actually finds some dynamite. That's good, because I didn't have any and I want to use it. I may need to use it. And now the Bandito, nothing. So they each take D6 wounds. So Saloon Girl takes 2. And she saves them both. Lawman takes, or the Marshal takes 2. He saves them both. Bandito takes 2. And he fails them both, so he takes 2 wounds. He's technically on there, so he takes 5, of course. And he takes 3 more wounds. Man. And now it's time to hold back the darkness. And we do not, so it moves 2, which means a darkness card. Suffocating mist. A green mist fills the area choking them. Each hero takes 3 hits. Poison. Also place this card on a random hero's map tile. Any hero ending their move on this map tile takes 2 hits. Do I have anything else that will... No. I don't think I have any others that will block. Nope. Nope. So, each hero takes 3 hits. Alright, Saloon Girl. Ooh, she's going to use a grit to reroll. And she saves them all. Because she doesn't want the poison. Alright. U.S. Marshal. He saves them all. Bandito. He takes 1 and gets a poison marker. And then the Lawman. He's going to use a grit. He still fails, so he takes 2 and a poison marker. I think he might die again. 2 wounds and a poison marker. And then random. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so we're putting it on that one. That's a little cheesy, but that's what I'm doing. Okay. Saloon Girl, she'll move. She's here. She's going to peek through the door. It's 11, so that means that this is the last room before the final room. And it is a corner passage. And since it only has 1 exit, and so when the hero posse marker reaches the space marked 11 on the depth track, the heroes have found the door leading to the objective room. If it is a passage, 1 random exit from that passage leads to the objective room. Well, there's only 1. Once any encounters or attacks have been resolved here, attach the Void Dance Chamber map to the final door as the objective room and place an expiration token on it as normal. So first we've got to get through this and get there. And now it is, we'll let the Lawman go. He gets to go 2. Let the Bandito go. 3. and he is going to try and find dynamite. Nothing. And then actually the lawman will too, and he does find a dynamite. And now the marshal, he gets a grit and can go 3. Oh no, he's at max grit, so he can go a total of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to stop there because we don't need to be attacking anything yet. Alright, so now hold back the darkness. 7 they do. What am I doing? Saloon Girl gets to move. 5. She's going to go ahead there. We're off of here. This was a darkness card. Now we'll let the lawman go. I mean the marshal. He'll just stop there. Lawman. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now the bandito. 3. 1, 2, 3. There's a space there, so he can go do that. At the end of the first turn, in which one or more heroes are on the Void Dance Chamber map tile, reveal the exploration token on the Void Dance Chamber. Ignore all information on it. Ignore all information on it, except for whether it is an encounter type token or an attack type token. Note that the Growing Dread token is also an encounter. If the token is marked as an encounter, the heroes are not too late to stop the final sacrifice. Resolve all Growing Dread cards in the stack, and then the heroes must face the common enemies Black Fang Tribe as found on the adventure card. These Black Fang always have Black Fang trait cards, so we need to do a P4 number of them. 3 again. If the token had been marked an attack, the heroes are too late and the Black Fang have made enough blood sacrifices to complete the ritual. Roll a d6 for every Growing Dread card in the stack, and on 1, 2, or 3 also add a darkness card. Woo! And face an ambush attack. But we haven't. So once all enemies on the board have been defeated, the mission is successfully completed. So, Growing Dread encounter, only thing we do is look at encounter, we ignore everything else. We'll use the same 3. Folks, it's 8, so it doesn't matter. They're going to be able to get up to us no matter what. And let's draw a trait for them. So they are Decayed Minds. Oh, alright, same as last time. Well, that makes sense since they should be the same tribe. And I guess what we should do is to roll on a d6 to see if we also get the shaman, just like on the card we would have rolled. So on a 1, there will also be a shaman. There's not. And I'm going to double check and make sure that, I think because the token is marked encounter, they face the common enemy's Black Fang and with a trait card. Okay. Alright. Now, they also get 2 elite abilities, of course. 6 and 1. So number 1 is Pillage. Any hero that takes 1 or more wounds during their activation, the Black Fang activation, must roll on a d6. On a roll of 1 or 2, that hero must also lose 1 Darkstone that is stolen and placed in the Darkstone pool of the Black Fang Tribe. Oh, I forgot to do they've got 5 Darkstone. Okay. Alright, and then 6. Darkstone Madness, +4 health and +2 combat. And it may be done multiple times, but it's not. So they are actually 10 health now, and they are 5 combat. Yikes. Okay, and they get to go first. Let's see, they ended the last turn all together, so Comforting Presence. We've not gotten much experience this round. Okay, so they can move 8, so it's just the same simple. It's going to be 6 attacks on the Lawman and 6 attacks on the Saloon Girl. White is the Saloon Girl. Red is the Marshal, I mean. Now I've got to really keep them straight. So, but their melee is a 5 this go round. They didn't get that. Ooh. Alright, so 1 on the Saloon Girl. Let's see if she defends. She does. Alright, so we have 3 on the Marshal. So take 2. So we'll just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the sanity. So first sanity goes on this guy. Second sanity also goes on that guy. So plus each of these is plus d6, so another 8. So 8, 9, 10, 11. 6. Alright, so defends on 3s. Okay. So 4 hits. 4 that he did not defend. Which means, I forget, they are plus, oh, so it's 2 damage each, so 8 damage. So his 5 plus armor. Ugh, he takes 7 damage. Alright. Saloon Girl's turn. She's going to attack twice. 2 hits. And she's just going to put them both on the guy without the sanity damage. So 1, 2, 3. So that's 1 damage because their defense is 2. 1 damage. This is 5, 6, 7. Oh, I could just take the 2 defense from her 2 extra she gets. 1 for her dirty fighting, 1 for her trusty axe. So it's 1 damage and 2 damage because that's the most they can take. So he's got 3 damage on him. And I am going to let, I think I will let the Lawman go next with his rifle, which is 2 shots but plus 1. Well, now they don't have the extra 2, so he's going to use his pistol, 3 shots. He gets to reroll 1, so 1 critical for 1 more damage. Okay. Oh, and I forgot. Saloon Girl move. Nothing. Lawman move. Oh, he gets a grit. But he's still not going to use it quite yet. Okay. Now we'll let the Bandito go. With his 5 shots. And he gets to reroll 1. So 2 critical and 2 regular. So he's going to do regular, first regular on this guy. That's 5 damage, so that gives him 2 more. That takes him up to 6. He's going to do his other regular on that guy. That's 2 more, that takes him up to 8. And then he's going to do his 2 critical hits on the one in the front, the one back here. Oof. How much? He's going to use a grit to reroll this one. Alright, so he does 4 damage to him in the back. And I forgot his move. Oh, and he gets a grit too. Well, actually, he was at full grit, and that would have been before he used his grit, so... Now it is the lawman's turn to move. Nothing. He's going to attack. He's got a critical and a regular, so he's going to do his regular on this guy in the front. He's going to use a grit to reroll that. Well, actually, with his bandolier, oh no, that's a to hit roll. Yeah, with his Punisher rifle that he has, he can reroll 1 wound roll, 1 damage roll. So he's going to reroll that damage roll, and he still gets a 1. Alright, that means he's got to use his critical. A minimum of 1 will kill this one, because that's the minimum that he would get. So he is dead. That means he gets 60 experience because he gets the extra 10. He gets to heal a wound and a sanity, but he doesn't have any wounds, just... oh yeah, he does have a wound. And he gets to attack 1 more time. 5, he's going to put it on the guy back there with multiple wounds. That's 8, so it just gives him 2. Because that's the max they can take. So he's up to, that one's up to 6 wounds. Alright, end of turn, Comforting Presence. Everybody else will heal a wound. Gives her 30 experience. And now it's time to hold back the darkness. And they do. And now it is the Black Fang Tribe's turn again. So it's going to be again 3 combat. Oh, but they're +2 combat. So, well, that's actually going to be 10 on each of them. And I think I only... so I got to do 4 for last turn on each of them. So let's do last turn's ones I didn't do. Neither of them were even close to number of wounds to die. So, in fact, she didn't take much of anything. Alright, so the additional ones... 2 more reds on the Marshal. Nothing else hit. So she took no more hits, but he... let's see if it was on this guy. 1, 2, 3 was on this guy here. 4, 5, 6. Ah, see, so he took a 3rd sanity. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, so that one was on this guy, so it doesn't matter. And then it was how many? So it's 2 plus 4, so 6 more wounds. So he needs to roll 6 defenses. That's 2. So that would be up to 4 more wounds, but let's roll for the 5. So he takes 4 more wounds, and he still would have had plenty of room. Alright, so when all was said and done after last turn, he's sitting at 9 wounds. Out of his 15. And he healed 2 is all. No, 1, yeah, 2 wounds is all he healed. Alright, so now it is their turn, so it's 10 on each of them at this point. And then I gotta see what happens. He's got 3 sanity, so if model has 3 or more markers, he doubles the normal effect for Darkstone just consumed and then falls dead at the end of the attack. Oh, so he actually should have doubled his effect. So he should have doubled his effect and died. But I never attacked him, so that doesn't work. So that means I need to do another 2d6 wounds. So another 7 wounds on the Marshal. And he saves them all. Okay. So to recap, last turn they did extra ones. They did extra hits. She saved, or they didn't even hit her with those extras. He got hit with enough to take him over his Sanity Darkstone threshold, which doubled his attacks, which then caused him to die. But the extra 7 attacks for that were all saved. So we're actually at 5 attacks each on the Marshal and the Saloon Girl from the guy who's still left. And oof. He takes 2 Darkstone. The other thing I missed, I'll do it right now before we get going. These are the attacks. He took hits last turn, and she took hits last turn. She doesn't have any Darkstone, so they can't steal anything. So he has to roll and see. He lost a Darkstone that gets added to their pile of Darkstone, which takes them back to 3, because I never took that. No, actually takes them to 2, because there were 4 total. Alright, so now she has 1 plus, she's got 5 that she needs to defend. And he takes a Sanity. And these are the last 2 Darkstone consumed. He has 2 Sanity, but there are no more Darkstone. Alright, so she misses 3 of them. She's going to use a grit. Saves them all. He's not going to survive, so now the 1 wound, he fails that one, so he takes 2 damage. And now he takes 1 plus, oh, he takes 7 more. Oh, and I forgot to do his armor for the hits, all those hits. Okay, so he only takes 2, but he can also, he gets his armor for the hits, so he only takes 2 more damage. And so he still has wounds that he is at 13 out of his 15. Alright, so Saloon Girl goes first. She gets 1 hit, she gets to reroll 1, she has 1 hit. She does 2 wounds. Okay. Now we will let the Marshal go. He gets a critical, he gets to reroll 1 because of his bandolier. 2 critical hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's going to be enough to kill him. So that means he gets 60 experience, heals a wound and a sanity. Doesn't matter really at the end. This one's now dead. They get to do their end of turn. So she heals 3, which takes her back up to where she needed to be. Lawman heals 3, which is fine. They're about to get completely healed anyway. You know, the Bandito's going to take a grit. No. He's got 1 sanity. He'll just he'll heal that. And the Lawman he gets to heal 3 wounds. They each get a loot. And I forgot loot last time when they faced them the first time. So they each get a loot card. So they'll each get 2 loot cards because they got 1 from last time. So Saloon Girl gets Darkstone and an artifact. So she gets D3 Darkstone, 2 Darkstone, which actually she would have lost 1 of them. So she only gets 1 Darkstone because she lost 1, but 20 experience. And she gets an artifact. What is her artifact? Draw a Blasted Waste artifact. Alright, so I'll get to that in a minute. U.S. Marshal, he gets 50 in cash and a Darkstone to replace the one that was stolen from him. And, wow, that's the first money they've gotten. And 50 experience points. Now the Bandito. He gets a Darkstone and a gear card. So his gear card is Boot Spurs, +1 move. Whenever the hero posse marker moves onto a growing dread or blood splatter space on the depth track, you may move the darkness marker 1 space back on a d6 roll of 3+, ignoring the effects of any special space it moves onto. Wow, that's a good one. And alright, and he gets a Darkstone. And he gets 50 experience. And then it is now the Lawman's. Let's see what he gets. Gold bars and a Darkstone. Darkstone. 250. He needed some money. And he also gets 50 experience. Alright, and then let me go get the Blasted Wastes. Alright, I'm back. So, Blasted Waste artifact. The Kraken's Nectar. Gain 1 Nectar token and discard this card. Okay, I'll have to find a Nectar token. Okay, so 1 Nectar token. And now, reward. If the heroes stopped the ritual, the expiration token in the final fight was marked an encounter, each hero gains D6 times $100 as a reward for bringing so many townsfolk back. Otherwise, each hero gains 25 experience points and may remove D3 corruption points for avenging them. Alright, so, not really that great an ending, but okay, so D6 times 100, the Saloon Girl, she gets 500 gold. Now the Marshal, he gets 600 gold. The Bandito gets 500 gold. And our Lawman gets 600 gold. Now they're going to head back into town. But first, they've gotten their rewards. They've got to roll for corruption. Saloon Girl has 1 Darkstone, and she will have to see if she can save. She saves, so she does not get a corruption. The Lawman has 1 Darkstone, and he will have to see. His willpower is 4, so he saves it, no corruption. The Bandito has 1 Darkstone. He also will roll. His willpower is 5, so he takes a corruption. Oh, and I completely forgot that he had poison. I'll have to go back. I mean, he never took any wounds to speak of, 3 total wounds, so I'll roll for that in a minute. And now the Marshal has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He has 8 Darkstone. So 6. Let's roll to see. Oh, great. Is it on a 1 and a 2? I think it's on a 1, 2, or 3. So that is 6. Now let's roll for willpower. So he takes 4 corruption. He's probably going to end up with another mutation. I mean, he's got a lot of grit. I guess he could use his grit to re-roll those saves. Let's do that. Let's use a grit. Ah, so he's down to 1. And now, the Bandito. He had 2 poison markers. So, first time, he actually took 2 wounds. Second round, he lost 1 and had a nothing. Third round, he's taken 3 total wounds. So he took 3 wounds, not even close to what would have, to his 21. So that would have brought him up to about 6 wounds. And that would have been without some of the comforting presence and other things. So the poison failure does not make a difference. So that is the end. They are going to head into town to try and heal and figure out what they're going to do next. They stopped the ritual, but that doesn't mean that the Black Fang Tribe is stopped. So our heroes have... Oh, criminy. I forgot the Grow and Dread cards. So, these were pretty minimal. I failed to do this. So each hero takes a Spirit 5 test or lose a side bag token. So this one actually could have long range ramifications. So Saloon Girl, Spirit 5 test. She failed. She loses a side bag token and she is going to lose a tonic. The Marshal has a Spirit of 3. He passes. Oh, Lawman has a Spirit of 1. He does not pass, and he will lose his herbs, because that's the only... Well, he has dynamite, but he's going to lose his herbs. And now the Bandito has a Spirit of 3, and he loses a side bag token, so he loses a whiskey, because that's all he has. Okay, would not have changed the outcome at all with that one. Darkness moves 1 step forward. It didn't matter because that was all it did. So, 2 big mistakes, Poison and Growing Dread, but neither of them had any impact on the game whatsoever. Now that we have corrected all the errors that I am aware of at this point, our heroes leave, they go back to the town, they're going to lick their wounds, rest, recuperate, and then continue their campaign against the Black Fang Tribe.